Okay. Alright. Okay. Fuck. Boo! Scared you. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Annabelle Creation, which of course is the sequel, actually a prequel, to the original Annabelle movie, which was a spin-off of The Conjuring, which was based on a true story, which never really happened, so it's not a true story. And this is a prequel to the Annabelle. Annabelle was a spin-off, not a true story, but it's a spin-off of a thing that used to be, or considered at least, a true story. And this is a prequel to the spin-off that was not true. Hold on. Okay, so The Conjuring is based on a true story. The Conjuring 2 is based on a true story. Spin-off Annabelle is based on a doll that existed, except it didn't look anything like the doll in this. It looked like a Raggedy Ann doll, because it was. And it's not based... Annabelle is not based on a true story, but it is a spin-off of something that was based on a true story. Annabelle Creation. The original Annabelle is one of those movies that goes in one ear, out the other, goes in my eyes, out my brain, and it's done. Like, I don't even remember anything about it besides that one elevator scene. That's literally it. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. I remember a lot of scenes in a dark hallway with the female character looking around. What was that? It was a noise. Was it a noise? What? What? Oh, it's a doll, and that's it. That's the whole movie. That's not to say this movie is any different. It is a lot of that, just people wandering dark hallways and then loud noises happen and stuff. But the thing is that this one has a competent director. It's the guy that did Lights Out from last year, which a lot of people liked. I thought it was really good too, but it had a lot of atmosphere. And you actually like the characters. That's the thing about horror movies. You can, you can have loud noises and stuff and, creatures jumping at you, going ooga booga. But if you don't care about the characters, then what's the point? I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, Friday the 13th is a completely different thing. I don't get scared by Friday the 13th. I go see that to see how many people get killed in awesome ways. The horror movies like this, you're not coming in here for blood or anything. You're coming in here for scares, okay? But I feel like you should also come in here for characters. Like, you want to see these characters prevail. And here, the characters... not only are very well acted, and most of them are child actors, or at least, kid actors. Like 10 to like maybe 16 years old. And they're all really good, but they're actually characters that are well written, and you actually care for them. You actually feel for them. And even the adult characters you actually like too, even though a couple of them are just there to kind of be creepy and just be there to be creepy, I guess. But for the most part, all of the cast is really good. The writing is pretty solid for a movie like this. And when it comes to the scares and the atmosphere, it really works. They didn't get the guy that directed Mortal Kombat Annihilation for this one. That's the guy that directed the last Annabelle. This guy actually did horror, and he knows what he's doing, just like James Wan knows what he's doing. And I think it's a damn good fit, because when it comes to dark hallways, he knows how to make that creepy. And don't get me wrong, that's creepy. That's an easy thing to do. Just shut off lights and you're like, oh, that's creepy. But he nails it. Just weird noises you hear and stuff like that, and just the weird images you see in the background of certain shots. Things moving a little bit here and there. I know that stuff has been around for a very long time, but it's still effective. And if you do it well, even if you've seen it before, it can still creep you out. And this movie does creep me out here and there. Don't get me wrong, it's not the scariest movie ever, but it is a fun movie, and it is a theater experience movie. You're going to have a good time in your theater as long as you have people that aren't talking throughout. Like, if you just hear people go, oh, and stuff, like, it's a good time just to have an experience with other people where everybody's jumping and stuff and screaming. So while Annabelle Creation is a fun time, it is creepy, has a lot of atmosphere to spare, likable characters, I will say there is some problems that I couldn't look past, especially some of the pacing issues. I feel like there's a lot of scenes of just characters walking around, just in the dark, creepy noises are happening, but for the most part it could have been trimmed down. There's so many scenes of just people walking around and there's creepy stuff happening where I know it's building up suspense, but it could have been trimmed down a little bit. I feel like a good 30 minutes of this movie is just straight up that. And they could trim it down, but besides that, I can't really think of any other issues. Maybe just the ending itself. The ending itself especially the way how it concludes the whole mystery, I guess, is a little lackluster. It felt like, oh, it's over. Okay, all right. Even though the characters are really likable, the way some of the characters go on in this movie, how some of them, I don't want to say anything spoilerish, but how some characters end their stories, a little unfulfilling here and there, but for the most part, it is a good time in the theaters, and that's what's important nowadays. You can go see a freaking Emoji Movie or a Dark Tower or any of these other terrible fucking movies out, or you can go in a theater with a couple of your friends and a bunch of other people that you don't know and laugh and tell people don't go in there and good scream and shit. You can just have a good time, you know? It's a good time in the theater, and I appreciate a movie that just wants you to have a good time and get you a little scared. So there you go. I appreciate this movie. I liked it quite a bit. I'm going to give Annabelle Creation, I'm going to give it a 30 out of a 40. There you go. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye. Boo!